Local Waste is also the proud sponsor of a little something we do every week called Trash Talk. All right, so this is a great way to wrap up the public part of our broadcast week. These are submissions as received at talk@ryanjesperson.com. Your chance to rant or rave through the week. We picked the best ones, like this one from Dontario. Dontario says, thank you, Ryan, for the opportunity to vent. I'm so disappointed by what I'm seeing from my fellow Canadians. We say we want to protect the vulnerable and save small businesses and emerge from this pandemic, but it seems to me very few of us are actually serious about making it happen. Sounds like Dontario might have been listening to Andrew Farron. Says, the Boxing Day madness at the malls nearly broke my spirit. Seeing politicians and entitled political staffers traveling to exotic locales after telling us to stay home, unbelievable. It's time for some real talk about accountability and integrity and looking out for our fellow Canadians. That from Dontario. What about this from Serena? Serena says, Ryan, you said we can rant and rave about whatever on Trash Talk, right? That's right, Serena. She says, well, my rant is this. Pick up your dog's poop at the kids' toboggan hill. What the hell, people? Also, Happy New Year. That from Serena. And a Happy New Year right back at you, my friend. And this one from Tanya. Tanya says, Ryan, I've been paying keen attention to your Twitter exchange with one of Premier Kenny's issues managers, Brian Bateson. This one, anyway, buddy is out of his depth. She says, I'm very interested in the Globe and Mail story about Alberta leaving more than $300 million of available funds on the table that could have gone to support lower-income frontline workers, because I am a lower-income frontline worker. In fact, says Tanya, my blood is boiling as I'm writing this email. Mr. Bateson publicly states the Globe story is inaccurate. His public Twitter bio confirms his employment as an issues manager for the Premier of Alberta. Yet when pressed by you, Ryan, twice to elaborate on the specific inaccuracies of the story, Bateson swallows his tongue. And don't get me started on his unsolicited yet gratuitous and unprofessional swipes at another journalist. I remember, says Tanya, when working in the Premier's office used to mean something. It's one thing for Jason Kenney to talk about fiscal responsibility while spending $3 million a year on staffers or $30 million a year on his war room. But it's an entirely different thing if those staffers barely crack minimum standards for entry-level employment away from the taxpayer's trough. That from a very ticked-off Tanya. And here's my trash talk. It is along those same lines, and I'm pulling an audible. I had a trash talk from earlier, but I'm changing it after talking to Andrew Nikiforuk and Kevin Van Tegem today about the lack of consultation on important environmental matters by the government of Alberta. Whether or not you agree with people, you were elected to serve all people. Let's not forget in opposition when you were critical of the government for failing to consult. What's changed now with regards to public expectations? Nothing. Now, there's a culture of we don't like you, so we ain't talking to you. We know it. We live it. But that doesn't fly. It is up to you as an elected official, municipally, provincially, federally, to listen to the people, to care about what they think, whether or not you agree with them, and to implement public policy that is for the public good. So come correct, and Happy New Year, everybody. This another edition of Trash Talk. We'll talk to you live Monday, January 4th.